In the realm of social psychology, attitudes and persuasion form a fascinating and vital area of study, offering insights into how beliefs are formed, maintained, and changed, and how these beliefs, in turn, shape our behaviors and interactions. The concept of attitudes has been central to social psychology since its early days. The term attitude was first introduced by Thomas and Znaniecki in 1918 in their seminal work, The Polish Peasant in Europe and America. However, it was Gordon Allport in 1935 who famously defined attitudes as a mental and neural state of readiness, organized through experience, exerting a directive or dynamic influence upon the individual's response to all objects and situations with which it is related. Attitudes encompass three components: cognitive, beliefs, affective, emotions, and behavioral, tendencies to act. Understanding attitudes and persuasion is not just of academic interest. It has practical implications. From marketing and politics to health campaigns and social movements, the principles of attitude formation and change are constantly employed and observed. In the next part of this lesson, we will delve into the strategies and principles of persuasion. We'll explore how understanding these mechanisms can empower us to effectively communicate and persuade, and also make us more discerning consumers of information. As Aristotle wisely said, "The fool tells me his reason. The wise man persuades me with my own." In exploring the formation and change of attitudes, we delve into how these viewpoints develop and how they can be influenced or altered. Formation of attitudes. Direct experience. One of the most straightforward ways attitudes form is through our direct experiences with the attitude object. For instance, if someone enjoys a positive experience at a particular restaurant, they will likely develop a favorable attitude toward it. Social learning. Attitudes are often shaped by observing and imitating others, especially significant figures like parents, peers, or celebrities. Albert Bandura's social learning theory emphasizes this aspect of attitude formation, suggesting that we learn attitudes through observation and modeling. Classical conditioning. This type of learning associates an unconditioned stimulus with a neutral stimulus, leading to the formation of attitudes. An example would be developing a liking for a song that played during a pleasant event. Operant conditioning. Here, attitudes are formed through rewards and punishments. If expressing a certain attitude leads to positive outcomes, individuals are likely to continue holding and expressing that attitude. Social and cultural influence. The society and culture we live in exert a profound influence on our attitudes. Cultural norms, social roles, and societal values can shape our views on various topics, from gender roles to political affiliations. Change of attitudes. Changing attitudes, especially deeply held ones, can be challenging, but is a critical area of study in social psychology. The key theories and strategies for attitude change include persuasive communication. The Yale attitude change approach, developed by Carl Hovland and colleagues, outlines how persuasive messages can change attitudes. Factors such as the source's credibility, the message's emotional appeal, and the audience's characteristics influence the effectiveness of persuasion. Cognitive dissonance theory. Leon Festinger's theory posits that inconsistency between our attitudes and behaviors creates psychological discomfort, leading to attitude change. For instance, if a smoker who believes smoking is harmful continues to smoke, the discomfort might lead them to change their attitude about smoking. Elaboration Likelihood Model, ELM. Developed by Richard Petty and John Cacioppo, this model suggests two routes of persuasion: central and peripheral. The central route involves logical and thoughtful consideration of arguments, leading to lasting attitude change, while the peripheral route involves superficial cues like attractiveness or status of the source. Social influence. Social norms can pressure individuals to change attitudes to conform to group standards. Education and information. Gaining new information can lead to a reevaluation of existing attitudes. Education plays a crucial role in reshaping attitudes, particularly on social issues. Contact hypothesis. Gordon Allport suggested that under certain conditions, direct contact between members of opposing groups can reduce prejudice and lead to attitude change. This is particularly relevant in reducing racial and ethnic prejudices. In conclusion, understanding the formation and change of attitudes in social psychology offers valuable insights into human behavior. As William James wisely stated, the greatest discovery of my generation is that a man can alter his life simply by altering his attitude of mind. This highlights the transformative power of attitudes, not only in shaping individual behavior, but also in influencing broader social dynamics. Persuasion and influence are powerful tools in shaping attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors. Social psychologists have long been interested in understanding the mechanisms and strategies that make persuasion effective. Let's explore some of the key principles and strategies in this domain. Principles of persuasion. Reciprocity. This principle is based on the idea that people feel obligated to return favors or concessions. For example, free samples in marketing play on this principle. Commitment and consistency. People like to be consistent with things they have previously said or done. Cialdini notes that once we have committed to something, we are more inclined to go through with it. For instance, if someone agrees to a small request, they are more likely to comply with a larger related request later. Social proof. This principle hinges on people's tendency to conform to what they believe others are doing. Social influence can be a strong determinant of behavior. In marketing, this is seen in tactics like customer testimonials or showing the popularity of a product. Authority. People tend to obey authority figures. In persuasion, the use of expert opinions or endorsements from authoritative figures can be very effective. Liking. People are more easily persuaded by individuals they like. Factors such as physical attractiveness, similarity, and familiarity can increase liking, as noted by social psychologists. Scarcity. The principle of scarcity is based on the notion that opportunities seem more valuable when their availability is limited. This is a common tactic in sales, with limited time offers creating a sense of urgency. Strategies of persuasion and influence. Using persuasive messages. The content of the message matters. Messages that are clear, logical, and well-argued are often persuasive. However, the elaboration likelihood model, ELM, suggests that the route of processing, central versus peripheral, also influences the effectiveness of the message. The role of emotion. Emotional appeals can be highly persuasive. Fear appeals, for instance, are effective if they are not too strong and are accompanied by actionable advice. Positive emotions, like humor or joy, can also enhance persuasiveness by creating a positive association with the message. Tailoring the message. Personalized messages, which resonate with an individual's experiences, values, and needs, are more persuasive. This is seen in targeted advertising and political campaigns that customize messages for specific demographics. Repetition. Repeating a message can increase its persuasiveness by increasing familiarity and recall. However, there is a fine line between effective repetition and overdoing it, which can lead to annoyance and resistance. Two-sided arguments. Presenting both sides of an argument can be more persuasive, especially for audiences that are initially opposed to your position or are well-informed about the topic. This approach is seen as more balanced and therefore more credible. Source credibility. The credibility of the source delivering the message significantly affects persuasion. High credibility sources, expertise, and trustworthiness are generally more persuasive. Social and cultural context. Understanding the social and cultural context of the audience is vital. Messages that align with cultural values and social norms are more likely to be persuasive. In summary, persuasion and influence in social psychology involve a complex interplay of principles, message strategies, emotional appeals, and the credibility of the source. As Aristotle eloquently put it, persuasion is achieved by the speaker's personal character, when the speech is so spoken as to make us think him credible. This timeless wisdom underscores the multifaceted nature of persuasion, combining the art of rhetoric with the science of psychology.
If you're finding this lesson valuable, you can take your expertise to the next level. Join over 27,000 students at the Institute of Professional Psychology and earn your professional certification in this field. Scan the QR code on your screen or click the link in the description to access the full curriculum, workbooks, and your accredited credential. Let's get back to the lesson.